What's up, guys? I'm going to go over some road things. Over the next year, I plan to go through a lot of different equipment and just refamiliarize everybody. Today I'm going to do the Harken lockhead because not everybody's had all the training on it. So I'm going to go over it. If you have any questions, come to me later and ask, or other guys on my shift who are pretty familiar with it. Basically, we're going to use the Harken. The idea behind purchasing it was it's an easy way to do a haul and lowering system without getting into 3-to-1s, 5-to-1s. It's very simple once you learn how to use it, and it's very good to use on in a hurry. You know, for guys quickly to do it without much thinking. As long as you're familiar with it, you can figure it out. So I'm going to hurry up and throw it up for you guys, let you see it, and that's about it. In case you don't remember, it's in this box. It's on the truck, up by the rope bags. It can be used on this DPI tripod. It also can be used on our Paratex with the tripod system. That gets a little more complex. Go over that another day. Today we're just going to be the simple DPI. So it has the yellow tabs on it. Put those on there just so you could learn how to use this and know the easy way to set this up. Unfortunately, most systems like this have pins that are down below. You place it on the pin and rotate it up this way. Well, this is a little different. The pin is up top, so you have to push it up and lock it in. I'm going to grab the pin and I'm going to push it up, push the bottom down, lock it in with the pin. Good, set up. You can also flip this over so that you can have your handle on this side if that's what you choose to do. It has in the box, it has an anchor strap. This anchor strap keeps this from sliding up the post. This is only secured to the post, so it's not going to go back and forth. It still could possibly ride up. So we're going to strap this in. You can use either side of this clamp to hold this down. We found on the Paratex that it's best to go outside because it kind of helps keep it straight. When you crank on the Paratex, the whole system wants to shift a little bit. So going outside seems to be the best from what we found. And then you're going to clip it down below on the bottom of the post and tighten the strap so there's no play. It has a strap elastic basically to keep the strap from flying everywhere for being a tripping hazard. I'm not going to waste time going through it right now. I'm just going to tuck it in here. But just know that that's what this strap's for. Once you have that on, you're going to go ahead and put on the handle. This handle has a neutral position in the center and then a lock to either way. What happens sometimes, the lock is in the center in the neutral position, and then to unlock it you got to push it to one side or another. What happens is that when you put it in sometimes and you don't make sure, it holds it unlocked, and so it could fall out and down the hole and possibly hurt somebody. So I'm going to stick it in. I'm going to push it to unlock. Sometimes it just takes a little wiggling to get it in. Once you have it in, unload, release the, take it back to neutral position to lock. And you just want to pull on a couple times to make sure it's in securely. I forgot to mention, I am not wearing the appropriate safety equipment whenever you're doing this training. So obviously wear your helmet, gloves, eye protection. Don't do as I do, but that's my disclaimer. The scenario I'm going to use here is basically one of our city service workers was down in a hole. They climbed down through a ladder. It's confined space. They went down. We just have to get them up. Instead of using their hauling systems, anything like that, we're basically going to take their tag line. They should all be on a tag line if they're in that confined space. Take their tag line, just put it on a carabiner, or a pulley in a carabiner. from there, you're just gonna go through the pigtail here, wrap it down a couple through the pigtail, and now you're gonna wrap it around the Harken. You're gonna wrap it 3 times. 1, 2, and on your third wrap, you're gonna wrap over the silver piece. Just so you can see, there's not a cam that, when you turn this, a cam releases here. You're going to open the cam over the silver piece and push it down. You're not locked in yet. Right there just has it in the cam. You have to rotate this 360 degrees. And if you come around this way, you're waiting to see this lock out. So watch, when I go a little bit more, that came back to the position here, and it's locked. You can't pull this anyway, you're locked in there. So from here, basically all you have to do is crank. You can crank one direction, it's going to give you a 40 to 1, the other direction is going to give you a 13 to 1. Right now, I'm at the 13 to 1. A little bit harder to do, but can easily be done, and it'll go a little faster. If I rotate, you're going to be at 40 to 1. A little bit slower, which is okay when you're doing a hauling system like that. You don't want to make sure someone's arms or legs don't get caught in anything. And you're going to go ahead and lift them up. Keep in mind, this is only good for a rescuer and a victim. 2 people max. So I'm going to get him up and I'm going to show you how to load. When we use this on the Paratech system, this likes to rotate when you're cranking it at the faster rate, because you're 13 to 1. You're putting a little more effort into it, and the leg likes to twist. So my best recommendation is just get used to using a 40 to 1 and just cranking a lot. So right now I have them up close to the hole. Let's say we have to get them, let's say their arm got caught in the ladder, or for whatever reason we have to lower them back down. Here we can go ahead, hold on to your rope, release the cam. You're just going to release it, and you're just going to feed that rope through. It seems a little bit slow. It is kind of slow, but it's nice, it's safe, and if something were to happen to me, I let go. They're staying right there and they're not going anywhere. From that point forward, you can crank them up higher or lower them. That's definitely the best way to use it and the way this was intended to be used. But if for whatever reason you had to lower them in a hurry or get them out of that, you can basically, if you're holding onto the rope, you're going to hold tension, you're going to pull the rope past the keeper here. Now that tension is completely on me. So I can quickly lower them, or I could slowly lower them. But if something were to happen to me, there was no holding them, they're going to go straight down. Important one thing to keep in mind is if you wanted to have somebody else using some sort of munner hitch possibly at another anchor point, using a double Prusik belay, using another type of progress capture device, and watching the line, you could do it that way. But really, due to the lack of resources sometimes that we have on calls, I think the best bet would be to keep them in the system itself and lowering the slower way. Once, if for whatever reason you want to put them back in, while there's a load on the line, I can easily pull this back, open my cam, rotate this again. You want to keep a hand on this at all times. Put them back in the system. Now you can haul them and lower them again, same as you would before. I hope this clarifies some things. I hope guys start to use this, get familiar with it. If you have any questions, like I said, come see me or guys on shift. Thanks.